Hey, hello. Welcome to my monthly project. This monthly project will be a basic birdhouse, but all of my projects will entail all the equipment and tools I have here today. No matter what project I do throughout the year, this is a basic tool you will need. You do not need all of these tools, but this is some of the basics you would have to make your job a little easier for your weekend project. Since I'm building the birdhouse this weekend, some of my basic tools I'll need along with the 1x wood. They may need a battery charger along with my drill with my bit, Phillips or flathead or common bit. Some basic screws you wanted to put together with. Doesn't matter what type of screw you want. You can use nails, you can use a screw gun or nail gun. It's up to the individual. Me, I prefer to use a screw gun or a drill with the bit. The basic 25-foot Fat Max Stanley tape measure. In case you wanted to paint it with the paint, of course, and a nice bristle soft paintbrush. Your basic hammer if you decided to use a nail. Last but not least, always got to have your PPE safety glasses. A good number 2 pencil, 3 or 4 is perfect. A normal square, good solid one. Prefer not to use the plastic ones. In case you want to caulk up some little holes, you use your caulking gun also. If you decided to paint your birdhouse when you're finished, you can also get you a nice fine paint block. Or better yet, a sanding block. One of your basic saws, and the type of saw you prefer to use to cut the wood or make angle cuts or to cut those small pieces off when you don't want to use your big skill saw or your skill miter. Again, some more type of outdoor or deck screws I have also. I have a handheld basic screwdriver, common. A little small hand saw in case I want to make adjustments also. So a couple of drill bits in case you want to add some things onto it or pre-drill some of your holes for your screw. It's up to you. A sander if you want to fine tune your material. Your circular saw. This is your jigsaw. You use your jigsaw, which is good. You don't need a circular saw. Jigsaw works a whole lot better. Makes some angle and good cuts. And last but not least, you want to make sure you have a good miter saw. A miter saw, you don't need it, but it makes the job a whole lot easier and a whole lot quicker. Those are the basic material we need this time. Some of the birdhouses I'll be making and producing today and show you how to do them. It's this right here. Those are the type of birdhouses we do. We'll do different types of birdhouses throughout the whole year, but this is one of the basic one. Anyone can do it. Ladies, yes, I'm doing this because I know that the ladies can do this birdhouse too. Cut. Now I've just found some scrap wood around the yard. I'm gonna do some basic cutting now for my birdhouse. I'll check the safety, make sure everything's safe. And my PPE. I'm going to do some basic cutting. I'm going to cut the sides out. One side, cutting the bottom. Side, bottom, roof. do my 45-degree angle cut, which is a 90-degree. And those are my basic cuts. Now, I'll get ready to put it together. Thank you. Cut. I'm putting my birdhouses together. I like to use a wood glue, and preferably I'm using a 1x. I want to use probably a 1 5/8 inch screw or 4.13 centimeter. I like to use outdoor or deck screws. What I do is, this is kind of loose. The long side, the top side sit on the very edge of the long side. I'll show you. I watch the curve of the wood. The curve. Okay. Put a little bead around the edge. Just light bead, nothing heavy, to help y'all last longer and maintain that grip. Something like that right there. Nothing serious. What I'll do, I use the 2 screws for each side. I'll basically put it together. I use a proper. I'll basically put it together like so. Make sure everything's even out. My screws are in. Some people use a pre-drill hole or tap the hole. I just go at it real slow. Try not to split the wood. I'll come about a half inch or inch from the edge. Not too tight. You'll want to split the wood. If you do too tight chainsaw, you'll split the wood. Now that's my roof. Now for my sides, everything's already pre-cut, and I'll pre-drill some holes in for the side. I'll use a bead of glue on the side, on the edges like so. That just help hold it standing, sturdy, and last a little longer. Just a little glue. I'll do one at a time. This is going to be a surface, so I'll make sure the bottom base is flat and it's also raked. So hold it together kind of tight. Make sure the angles are lined up. What a beautiful day to work in your backyard. I feel like it's always spring, but it's not. Let's try this different way. I want to do a different pilot hole a little farther down, a little lower in the next pilot hole, so I don't split my wood. Good. For the other side, exact same thing. Assembly works a whole lot easier when you pre-drill some pilot holes. Make sure the wood is square as much as possible. Save a lot of time at the very end trying to square it up. Square looks pretty good. Base good so far. Next we'll put the roof on. This is the roof we talked about. Pre-drill, replace. Not too bad, huh? Put a little bead of glue on it. Not very much. Just hold it in place, let it last a little longer. And we'll pre-drill some holes. around the other side, the same. Got the pre-drill holes finished. As you notice right here, I leave the space open for breathing purposes, fresh air. Okay, that's the only reason that's there. Now for the bottom, pre-cut the bottom already, and the bottom will be placed just like so. Before I do that, place a little bead around the bottom. Get this glue to flow right. It's been in the garage for so long. Just a light bead. Nothing serious. Some people like to put 2 screws in the bottom, doing that every other summer or every summer. They undo the screws, pull the bottom out, clean out the birdhouse. It's up to you. It doesn't matter how you do it. No specific rule or regulation. To watch the kerf. Kerf is always down or inside. I place it on top like so. It fits nice and square, which is perfect. Which is perfect, perfect, perfect. What I'll do now is I'll pre-drill some holes, and we're almost done. We have one thing left before we finish. Decided what type of bird is going to be living in here. That is going to determine what type of hole we're going to cut in the front. Pre-drill. Now for the final 4 screws for the bottom base. This is your basic birdhouse. I'll probably pre-drill the hole here. It's ready for paint. It's ready to be painted. You can choose what size or type of paint you want to paint. Easy. Birdhouse 101. So we have left the birdhouse outside all night so it can dry and prep. We sanded it down. We're going to drill a hole. A hole bit, I'm going to use about a 2-inch hole bit attached to the drill. And my hole is going to come for this birdhouse, this purpose. I'm going to go 4 inches from the base to here, 4 inches. At the very base of the 4 inches, I'm going to put that in at the 4 inches. I've already measured center, and I'll slowly drill the hole. Get a pilot hole started. PPE. Get a little high torque. I'm ready to drill. Now, I drill my pilot hole. I'm trying to use probably like a 3-inch screw. I'll use a 3-inch screw, probably from the base up to 2 inches. At that 2-inch mark center, I'll use that 2-inch screw. Just so when the bird flies in, he'll be able to land properly before entering his nest or his new home. You don't have to put the screw all the way in, just long enough to hold and maintain the bird's weight, which won't do much at all. Straight, slowly, steady. It gets a good grip, that's it. And that is it. Now your birdhouse is ready to be painted. Once again, Birdhouse 101. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. Thank you.